So many of you boys watching this are letting that hot girl walk by them. Always living in that what if. What if I went up to talk to her, right? What if she actually liked me? But you're not actually taking the action and doing anything about it. This video is for you. I can tell this story so well because, believe it or not, I was one of these guys too. When I got out of a long-term relationship that ended really, really bad, it was like a 5 or 6 year relationship. I went back into the field, right? Playing the field again.
I'm back where I started.
And things had changed so much. I went to the bar. I didn't know how to open my mouth. I didn't know how to keep a conversation going, let alone flirt or take a girl home or get her number. I was the guy who went to the bar and just stood around, right, looking at all the hot girls, living in my head, right, not actually living in the present, and letting all these good opportunities go right to the wayside. I suggest you boys learn cold approach now because you're in for a fulfilling life if you get your dating life sorted.
I understand you might not want to hear about my dating life, but
I'm gonna talk about the drawbacks of not learning cold approach, and then at the end, make sure you stay tuned. I'm gonna talk about all the positives and benefits it will have on your life to get good with communicating and seducing women. First thing I want to talk to you guys about is, what are your options?
If I may say, what are your options?
Besides learning cold approach, most guys will be lonely their whole entire lives because instead of actually going out there and doing the approach, they sat back and thought, what if?
What if it just gets worse and worse and worse?
Months go by, years go by, decades go by before they actually do something. Are you okay with being that guy, or are you gonna make shit happen? So many guys in this space will say, all that matters is looks, man. You know, the black pill guys. All that matters is status, man.
You're making assumptions about your status.
Right, the social circle guys who are trying to hop from one person to another. All that matters is money, man. Right, get those things right and women will be around you all the time.
Girls do it all the time.
I can tell you from a fact, this is not true. I'll put some pictures up because before I learned game, before I learned how to really communicate and understand women, I was a pretty jacked dude. I'm also tall and I was making well over 6 figures. I still didn't have women in my life because I didn't know how to communicate and understand them properly. I spent so much time worrying about these material things.
Now, if anyone here thinks I'm superficial or materialistic,
that I lost track of the end goal. To all you boys watching this, I need you to take a hard look in the mirror and say, when the hell am I gonna get good at this? When is enough enough? When am I gonna let another hot girl walk out of my life? When am I actually gonna grow some balls and take a risk? You seriously all need to be having that conversation with yourselves. The benefits of becoming good at cold approach are endless. The first thing I really wanna touch base on is, while you will become, very attractive,
I find your nerdy math brain very attractive,
really understanding of women, you will become a better communicator overall. That turns into talking to your parents better, your boss better. You'll be able to communicate your feelings and your emotions better because you understand fundamentally what it means to connect. No amount of looks, money, and status can replace a good, effective communicator. Most men have the notion that a girl's gonna leave them for a better option.
Can't think of a better option, can you?
When in reality, this is the furthest thing from the truth. If I could give you guys one serious, great piece of advice, is you just have to be good enough. You have to break that barrier for entry. Most guys think, oh my God, the girl, she has a million hot guys in her DMs, right? They're getting all this social media validation. They're getting 1,000 likes on dating apps. While that is true for a lot of women, it's also true that not a lot of women are on all those platforms. I just took a quick look at a survey and they said 75% of the people between ages of 18 and 24 are on Instagram. They say that Instagram is about 50% women. There's about 40% of women in America are on Instagram. So what does that tell you? Okay, a lot of women aren't even using those social media platforms. Of course, if you're approaching at the nightclub, the bar, pool parties, DJ events, those women are more likely to want social status, right? They're more interested in gaining clout. They're more interested in what people think about them for their appearance. But the reality is, guys, you just have to be good enough. If you're a mediocre looking guy and you learn how to do decent cold approach, you could find a girl who's a really good woman, right? A girl who doesn't go out. Maybe she just goes to the bookstore.
you just lost bathroom privileges at the comic book store.
She has 1 or 2 close friends and she's not addicted to social media. And she could be extremely gorgeous, but she doesn't have that many guys hitting on her. That's what I mean by you just need to be the first guy in line. I know all you guys have seen that high school couple where the girl is like a 10, right? And the guy is mediocre looking. Guess what? He got there before you did. He got there before we all did, right? So what does that tell you? You need to be the first one in. A lot of these girls aren't getting the validation and the attention you think they are, but it's your job to find them. The best thing about cold approach is that it truly, truly is a hard skill to master. And when you do master it, it transfers to so many other areas of your life. Most of you guys are living in fear in your mind. It's not actually even based in the real world. Because if you did go up and talk to that girl, I bet you she wouldn't reject you as bad as she thinks she did. I bet you she would actually be willing to give you guys a shot.
And if you give him a shot, he will go to the ends of the earth for you.
Cold approach does an amazing job of teaching you how to live in the real world based on real evidence of you going out night after night, day after day, failing and succeeding. It teaches you to stop living in your mind about the what ifs. Boys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button. Book a free 30-minute call if you're serious about fixing your dating life. Me and Jesse will get you sorted. Thanks guys, and we'll talk soon.